How to buy on AliExpress from Luxembourg. First, when you're on the app or website, go to where the flag appears and make sure Luxembourg is selected. For language, you can change it if you want, but I'll leave it in English. For currency, you can also change it, but I'll leave it in US dollars and click Save. Now, the official AliExpress version for Luxembourg will load. I'll show you step by step how to make a purchase and what to keep in mind. As you can see, there are lots of products here, many deals, and actually at the top, we can find even more. In fact, here we find a product deal, and we also see product categories here, but what we're gonna do is pick a sample product, and I'll show you what you need to look at. First of all, let's choose a random product. Let's pick this product here on the right. It shows up here for us, and let's take a detailed look at everything we need to keep in mind. First, on the left side, we should look at the photos to see if they really match the product description, which is right here. Always remember to pay close attention to the product title because sometimes you might get confused. In other words, they might be showing you this iPhone here, but it turns out they're not selling the iPhone, they're actually selling this battery. That's why it's important to tell the difference, since sometimes people feel scammed because they see one product in the images and receive another, but it's because they didn't read this part of the title. Also, remember that when we search for products on AliExpress, the price we see is the lowest available price. What do I mean by that? When you go into the listing, you'll notice that if, for example, I change the color of the product or the specifications, you'll see that some options cost more than others. For example, this one here costs $15.22 and this one over here costs $16.18. That's why before knowing how much it costs, you need to specifically choose which variation or size of the product you want in order to know the final price. Then, once you've carefully read through and seen all of this information, go down to the section where the reviews appear on the page. Here, it's especially important that the product has at least 4.5 stars and ideally a good number of reviews as well, preferably from a variety of different customers. For example, in this case, it only has 15. I recommend a minimum of 30 or even 50 to be sure that real people are actually buying these products. Now we're going to click where it says see more, and here we're going to filter using this image icon so we can read and above all see real images of the products. The photos that appear at the top of the AliExpress page are, let's say, edited photos that look really good, whereas the photos here in the reviews are real photos from customers who have actually bought this specific product. So there we can see more for comparison, for example, the actual size in someone's hand or on a table. And here we can see every detail of what it's really like. Once you've chosen the product you want, now we're going to move to the right side to make the purchase. Now here, you need to be sure about the person who is selling it to you. What you can do is click on it and you'll go to the store or to the products that this person offers. Here you can check in this section how many positive or negative reviews they have overall, because this person doesn't just sell this product but several others as well. Obviously, it's better if they have a generally positive review rating overall. Then this will appear depending on where you are. Simply click on it. And here what you'll do is specifically choose the country. Next, you'll select your location depending on where you are, and that's it. This applies here. Remember that depending on your location, here on the left side where the price is shown, some taxes may also be included, again, depending on where you are. Then, here at the bottom, the shipping price appears. In this case, it is completely free, but it does not include tracking, meaning we won't be able to track the product to know where in the world it is, whether it has arrived in our city, or even if it has already reached our home. That's why I recommend that you buy products that have a tracking option. You just need to look for this, enter, and here, when you select free shipping, it should show that tracking is included. Then here it will specifically show the date on which the product will arrive at your home or at the place you have chosen to receive the product. After this, if you want, you can also change the quantity. You can choose as many products as you want, increase it here, and depending on what you want, you place your order. I'm going to leave it at 1 and click where it says buy now. When I click buy now, this appears here. Here I see the shipping address, which is censored because it's my personal address. And I can click here where it says change to adjust the address to wherever I am. Then under payment methods, depending on where you are located, you'll see the option here to add a credit or debit card or some other payment methods. This, as I mentioned, depends on your location. And as you can see, there's an option here for promo codes. I'll leave one for you in the description if I can get access to it. And then here in the summary, you'll see the product price and the shipping cost. These probably changed and increased because I chose just one very cheap product. That's why I recommend that you go directly to any product here and add several items, for example, in your cart. Once you add multiple products, the shipping cost will likely decrease, which means it won't be as expensive. So what you can do is talk to friends or family members who want to order from AliExpress so you can place a single order together. That way, the shipping cost will drop significantly or at least stay the same. But since there are many more products, it's obviously much more worthwhile to make the purchase. And once you've made your purchase here, you click where it says place order. And when you receive your tracking number, you'll go to this website called exactly as it appears above, 17 Track. What you'll do is enter your tracking numbers for your orders here and track them to know where your package is, whether it's already in your country, if it's arrived at your house, and to keep a close eye to make sure your order actually arrives. Similarly, if the order doesn't arrive at your home or the place you chose, you can file a claim with AliExpress and they will obviously refund your money. But for that, you have to pay close attention to the delivery date. Remember that this one said it would arrive by May 5th at the latest. So since it's May, what you should do is wait until that date. And when that date arrives, if your product from this seller still hasn't arrived, what you do is file a claim so they refund your money.